Welcome to my live stream lecture. And before we get into today's very important lecture, please hit my subscribe button and notification button. Support this channel. Share my channel. And if the audience is aware, I'm on a trajectory path to reach my first 1,500 subscriber milestone. I really do need all the support I can get, especially from my viewers who are watching my videos on my YouTube channel. And if you have not subscribed, I really do appreciate, the support with the views and the watch hours. But if you are a viewer who has not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and notification button. Support my channel. Help me reach this milestone. And with that being said, let's get down to today's exciting live stream lecture. The focus of this lecture is going to be what content creators need to know, aka the YouTube community guidelines. So if you are a content creator and you have a YouTube channel, pay attention to this lecture. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, pay attention to this lecture. YouTube allows anyone to create their channel for free. Anyone can become a video creator, a content creator, and publish content for the world to see. Because we all have knowledge, skills, ability unique to us, and that we can get on these platforms and share our knowledge, ability, and experience to the world. There is no barrier to viewing content on the platform either. This has been the deal since 2005. Some people choose just to watch content versus becoming a content creator, or you can do both. It does not matter. Given that creators have the freedom to create all kinds of content, YouTube has stringent guidelines to ensure that content isn't offensive or pragmatic. I'm just going to give a brief overview of the community, YouTube community guidelines, but I encourage each person to pull up those YouTube community guidelines, read it in brevity, do your due diligence. I'm just going to hit some of the high points. The policies affect every creator, even you, even me. YouTube community guidelines, what creators need to know, so pay attention. Should you be worried about violating the YouTube community guidelines? Yes, you should. Because repeated rule breaking has serious consequences, including loss of your YouTube channel. And that's the last thing that you want, especially if it's generating any kind of revenue or you have a game plan in terms of working towards monetization. YouTube will come down very hard if you publish content that is abusive, incites hate or harassment, sexual, explicit, or pornographic material, or content, spammy or criminal, likely to misinform. So I'm going to say it again. I encourage any content creator to read the complete list of the YouTube community guidelines. YouTube makes it very clear what it considers a violation as a content creator. You should take the time to read them so you stay on the right side of the platform. Don't just go listening to my live stream, because I've read the YouTube community guidelines in brevity, but this here is I'm just hitting the nuts and bolts, and I'm here to tell you. Note that the YouTube guidelines don't just apply to videos on demand, but it also applies to titles, custom thumbnails, live streams, playlists, and comments. Anything to note, another thing to note is YouTube can still issue a strike against any content you delete. So please bear all of that in mind. In addition, I also want to point out that I want to talk about the strikes, the YouTube community strikes. And as I talk about these YouTube community strikes, I want to point out that when we're talking about, as I talk about these strikes, for example, the strike number, let's say the first strike, the first YouTube strike, you gotta stay on the right side of this platform. There are new guidelines from YouTube on each of these violations. YouTube, I just want to point out, has recently updated its guidelines process and how in the updated information, and you need to do your due diligence and check out that updated information. They put in there about what causes each violation. It also talks about just the importance of taking out the time and reading that information, because any possible repercussions on your channel is directly linked to, a lot of times people are violating those guidelines and they are not even aware that they are violating those YouTube community guidelines. And I'm here to tell you. So also with these guidelines, for example, 3 strikes and you're out. YouTube can be an exciting but confusing place for a creator when they're first starting out. So the platform understands this, and they'll work with the creator to address any violations that have been flagged. YouTube will remove any offending content and send the creator a warning. But they usually won't face usually won't face another penalty. However, please take this warning very, very serious. Failure to do so will lead to your first community strike. Note, if YouTube finds the content to be too offensive, it may lead to the channel's termination without warning. So that's more of a reason you got to read those community guidelines. First strike. If YouTube finds that your content is not complying with its policies for a second time, you will receive your first strike. This strike means that you will be barred from doing the following for 7 days: uploading videos, live streams, or stories, creating custom thumbnails, creating any community posts, showing a trailer during premieres, send viewers from a live stream to a premiere, send viewers from a premiere to a live stream, creating or editing your playlist. Again, I encourage everyone on their own accord to read in brevity the YouTube community guidelines. Full privileges will automatically be restored after 1 week, but your strike will remain on your channel for 90 days. Your second strike. If you get a second strike within the same 90-day period as your first strike, you will not be allowed to post content for 2 weeks. If there are no further issues, your channel will be back to normal within 2 weeks. But again, please be aware that the strike will not expire until 90 days from the time it was issued. So you got to pay attention to that. If you get 3 strikes, that third strike, now it becomes really serious. 3 community guidelines strikes in the same 90-day period is an automatic channel ban from YouTube. Your channel and all of your videos will be permanently removed from YouTube. So that's more of a reason, ladies and gentlemen, you got to go in and really read all of YouTube community guidelines in brevity. I'm just giving you the nuts and bolts. I'm just giving you the nuts and bolts of this information. Do your own due diligence. Read those community guidelines. And as a content creator, for any goal that I have, as a YouTube content creator, I always tell people, I don't care what you're doing, you have got to have a business plan on paper that is the driving force behind what you are doing. You got to have a business plan on paper that is the driving force behind what you are doing. And I'm gonna give you an example. I just updated my business plan before I did this live stream lecture. And one of the things that I put on my business plan, let me find it here, I think it's on page 6. My business plan is 9 pages long. And I literally updated my business plan and I put on here a goal. The goal is to complete a live stream lecture about the YouTube community guidelines. That's literally a goal that I have on the far left of my business plan. I literally have that on here, and I'm here to tell you. And the measurable objective, that objective is something that I must do. So in the middle of that business plan, I could put to complete research on the YouTube community guidelines and prepare the information for my live stream lecture. That's what I had to do prior to getting in front of this camera. And also I put down as a measurable objective to review this live stream, to review this YouTube community guidelines information at least once a month to keep it fresh in my head. So that objective directly linked to the goal. And on the far right of that business plan, you got to put down the completion date or the projected completion date. So my completion date for that specific goal is 9/27/2022. I literally wrote that down on my business plan. And I also put when I put down to review this information times 1 per month, since I done researched it and reviewed it and did a lecture on it, I went ahead and put the completion date for that is 9/27/2022. So 10/27/2022 is when I would take a look at these community guidelines information again to keep it fresh in my head. So I say that to say, I don't care what you're doing. If you do not have a business plan in place, a business plan is a living, breathing document. It is the what behind what you do. If you do not have a business plan in place, you are setting yourself up for failure, and I'm here to tell you. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have gotten something out of this powerful lecture in regards to the YouTube community guidelines. As a content creator, you owe it to yourself to really read those community guidelines in brevity, because that is a big piece in terms of the what behind what you do as a content creator. If you're going to be a content creator, you got to know the rules, you got to know the guidelines, and you got to stay on the correct side of that platform, and I'm here to tell you. So that's all I have. Send me your comments. Please hit that subscribe button and notification button. Support my channel. Subscribe to my channel. I don't know if the audience is aware. I've given myself a goal, as I'm heading towards the trajectory path to monetize my channel. One of the things I do is I spend a lot of time in the natural environment, getting ongoing new subscribers. And I also got on my business plan that for all the way until January of 2023, I'm doing 5 live stream lectures per week, and I'm going to stay on that trajectory path until January of 2023, and then I will reassess that. Because what I'm noticing as a content creator is, for whatever reason, live stream lectures produce more views and watch hours versus an upload. I ain't complaining, but I'm just kind of want to point that out to the viewers, that something about live stream lectures, I don't know if it's just immediately available to the masses, but what I'm noticing is live stream lectures produces a tremendous more views, and you and I know views equates to watch hours. So like I said, I'm doing 5 live streams a week. In January 2023, I'll reassess it, and I will mark down on my business plan the completion date of the 5 live stream lectures a week until the first of the year. So that's all I have. Simplify, Simple Fidelis, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.